few moments later.
Being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. Yeah, I don't mind the path that I had to walk, and I don't mind all those words that I had to talk, and I don't mind all those flings that I had to fling, and some of those words I spoke I just had to sing. I just had to bring the best that I had to give, and being tested by these blessings that I had to live, changing dressings on the scars that I had within. It's a daily operation, you just gotta grin before it gets too grim and life pins you in. You gotta think like a shark and show your fins, whether alone in the dark or with an audience. Believe you're the hottest commodity since the iPhone lobotomy. You follow me? I'm hoping probably. I'm talking openly and don't know where the road could be. The crosshairs, the red dot, or the poison drip. So take a message from this song, that's all I have to give. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. They leave you in the rain, then hang you out to dry. I wonder how so many people get by. And then one day you wake up and start to realize that anyone you know could be called up at any time. Can't press rewind, can't flip the tape, so might as well not live in the past and dwell on hate. People talk strange shit to get to the gate, and if you know me well, you know I call them doors of fate. I take what I need, but not too much. I never open the door if the handle was hot to the touch. You gotta find an alternate way out of the flames. They want you in the spotlight, they want you just to take the blame, but all the same, it's like a wheel with these fucking hipsters. Instead of more rappers, we could use more active listeners. But I don't mind that a lot of things are actually happening, cause I'm a music slave and this is what I'm coming strapped with. Cause I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain. I don't mind being out in the cold, and I don't mind not knowing where to go, but I mind watching faces in pain, seeing them cold and hungry left in the rain.
All right, everybody, what's going on? Happy Monday. It is another episode of The Indoor Farmer. I don't know why, but I always look fuzzy on the other screen. Coming through. All right, guys, it's Monday again. It's November 20th, 2023. It's getting nice and nipply outside, so definitely make sure you bundle up. Make sure you got good winter gear, guys. It's coming. So we have episode 112, like I said, and if we could get some help from you friends out there, we've got Eric over on the locking it down on the Rumble. Appreciate you, bro. If we could get some of you friends out there to help us tag and share and hit that like button, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. We're going to get into it tonight. I got a little video to play, and I'm going to try to start a weekly routine with a couple of things. Like I said last week, I'm trying to maybe get together some of the viewers and maybe send in a little video, and then maybe put that together each week and show off a little segment from the viewers. We're going to try that. But let's get Siir SteveO up here. We got Siir SteveO in the house.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Hi, Waylon.
Switch that background. I don't. The other background doesn't look right with us on the screen.
This looks good.
But yeah, how are you?
Doing pretty good, man. Having a good night. I was doing Master Rochi's giveaway tool for him. Yeah, we taught him how to do it. Now I think that he's got it covered, man.
Good day, viewers. Thanks, Derek. From on the other side of the planet, you guys. Appreciate you coming in. Jeremy, Jenny, what's up, everybody? Michelle Paris, Celos in the house. Appreciate you guys coming through. Yeah, we're gonna get it going. I had a little bit of a rough time getting the video made, so I think I might have to show a couple videos. But that's something that you taught me. I actually didn't think about doing that until I realized that's what you were doing. I like to put it together in a video, but it almost doesn't matter unless it's two different formats and you're putting backgrounds and stuff. But let's see. I got a little video anyway. Let's get the pH check out of the way. So, well, I guess while I'm doing this, we'll talk about we had an awesome game night last night, guys. If you didn't participate, we had almost everybody come out with a prize. That was fun. I'm working on getting all that taken care of. So if you haven't heard from me yet, you probably chances are you're getting something mailed to you rather than talking to somebody about a prize. So. All right. So what I did was, SteveO, I think I want to try to do this every week, at least to get myself in the habit, as it were.
Okay.
It's a little dry in there, so we'll do it on the screen just to make it a little more fun.
Sure.
So this is my aquarium water. And I've got cannabis in the water now. I did put in some pH down today. We're sitting at 8.4 initially.
Well,
so we're gonna see it's coming down. It's gonna take a while, but I'll be happy if it's close to 7. I did put some pH down in, but I don't want to put too much in at once. What they say on anything I've seen so far that has to do with an aquarium is that you do not want to lower that pH by more than 0.2 a day every 24 hours. 0.2, which seems like almost nothing, really, when you're like used to with cannabis. You're used to like dropping it and raising it to whatever you need before you go in water, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this case, like, you got to be real careful as you do it. So, but the plus side of that is that once I get it dialed in, I can use that. I can use the aquarium water. That's the main goal, because then I don't have to there's no other step in between. I just make sure they're happy in the aquarium, and then I can take that water right out and use it for other stuff. My medicinals or the potatoes and stuff I got in there too. We're sitting at 7.5 now. 7.5. Let's get this dragon egg cooking while we're checking the pH. Man, I tell you what, I'm glad I have a nice brush as I get this going, as I get this beard getting thicker and longer, you know. I mean, it's all well and good except for my mustache. Like it's halfway down, it's halfway past my bottom lip now. It's becoming. I feel like Sam Elliott in like Tombstone or something.
Yep.
Oh wow, we've got a promotional bot over on Twitch. Wow, thanks for the comment. Thank you for the comment. Please tell your leader I said thank you.
I want to promote you. I can do it for you.
Flexible, convenient order management panel.
Oh, this one.
What?
This one's quality is guaranteed to be the best, though.
Dude, the best? Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm gonna have to save this one. Throat Psychoso. That seems legit.
Hey, Silos.
He came back. I saw him pop through earlier. He's like, "Hi, everyone," and then he comes back with the thunder about 2 minutes later. That's funny. Actually, 8:46. Let's see. Wow. It was almost 10 minutes later. He comes back. The thunder and lightning. Cheers, Silos. All right, we're sitting at 7.2 now. 7.2. Okay, I'm much happier with that than 8.5. Right? 7.1. So, guys, that's still too high. But that gives me an idea where I'm at. So that way I can decide. I can dump some more pH down in there. 7.1. Right. It is going down real slow, but I hate to worry about this. I know it's minute, but like, isn't it also changing pH just by sitting here and nothing being added? Like there's no fish in there. There's nothing. Like, can't you just sit water? You can sit water out from the tap, and over a couple of days, the bleach will all evaporate out.
That'll change the pH because you're getting rid of stuff. Yeah,
sure. So, but I don't have any bleach in this water. It's all from the RO system. So I worry that like letting it sit here is actually giving me a false reading, but I guess that's probably not by much. It's a 6.8 now. 6.8. Bro, they need to do a little bit. I think Kick and Rumble need to get together because Kick is now a permanent button for me. I'm really happy about that. I don't have to mess with it every time like I will like Rumble. So that's awesome. Silos coming through with the fire. With the cat dude on fire. What's up, Joe Kelly? I said what's up before you. I saw you. Not much, man. Not much. We're just doing a little pH to 6.7. Okay, so this is basically ready to go. Like ready water that I could just give to stuff. 6.7, wouldn't you say?
I would. Yeah, 6.5 is perfect, I think. But
what's up, Brendra? Well, yeah, like I would ideally want it down a little bit more, but it's almost just fine now. Like at least okay. I guess I should reiterate, the plants in the aquaponics system shouldn't be that unhappy. I guess with that difference, you know.
And the fish won't be hurt by it.
Oh no, they you know, that's why I use guppies because they're fairly like resilient. And they also breed a lot, so it's like it's not necessarily something you notice. But to your point, yeah, there are fish that, man, you got to be careful with that pH. That's why I want to look at like the professional aquaponics farms typically are using tilapia, and that's because the tilapia is kind of a dirtier fish, and it also is very hardy and like, you know, can handle temperature changes and stuff like that. Brendra, she hit me up just before the show and to let me know what she wanted on her win yesterday. Isn't that, man? I think I found the right way to do it now. We had a lot of technical snafus yesterday. You know, I was definitely a jerk here and there, so apologies for that, SteveO. But I tell you what, I think going forward, this is the way to go. The less people on screen playing, team captains, get everyone in the comments involved, which are here. They don't have to come on screen. They don't have to worry about technical issues and things like that. I think moving forward, that's going to help at least from that standpoint. Now, for you and me having technical problems, there's not much Not much we can get around on that one. Just got done pushing this straw nana bubble. Oh, nice, Joe Kelly. This is the special. This was the special. What do you call it? Delivery that I took over there. Oh, we're sitting at 6.5 now. Hell yeah, we'll call that. We'll call that a win. Just got done. Double hash through the sifter to dry. Right out so I can smash it tomorrow.
That's gonna be good, bro.
Excited, man. It was actually came out like before I left. There was a lot more than I thought, and then he sent me a picture, and it came out a lot better, a lot more than I thought. So, man, you can almost wash your clothes in that machine, Joe. Jeez,
yeah. Joe's a wizard, isn't he?
He's got a whole setup for sure. I definitely like it. So let's not talk about it too much. I don't want to anger Lisa May, you know. Like don't tell anyone about what we got. No, you know, just the whole bubble hash setup and stuff. And I mean, he's got like a process down. SteveO, if you get the floor, I just want to rinse this real quick. You got to be careful with these devices, man. You got to really make sure. It says what I read on there says do not use RO water. So I use water right out of the sink to rinse off the tip.
Okay.
Put it back in there. I don't know if anyone has a disagreement on that one, but I'd like to hear it because I felt like RO water would be the one thing that you would use, but it says do not. So that's really strange.
Yeah, we calibrated that, I believe, last week or the week before. I think we calibrated his pen. It's something that you have to make sure it's accurate, and you have to use the correct solutions in order to check your pens and everything. And it's good that you keep up with your equipment, because if you take care of it, it will take care of you. Isn't that right, guys? What's up, Chuck? How's it going? All right, we already said hi to Joe. What's up, Joe? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming through. Don't forget to tomorrow night got Indoor Farmer reviews as well at 8:30 Central with Waylon the Indoor Farmer, and you know, that's always lots of fun too, guys. But tonight we're also going to have the certified segment here in a bit. And I got some things to go over with you guys that I think you'll have some fun with.
All right. That's fun. I'm actually happy with that. Man, it was crazy. I thought, what am I going to do? I was dumping peat moss in my aquarium. And it was like just clogging things up and just getting everywhere. And I'm like, man, what am I going to do? So finally, I looked up and found this API product, and definitely much more worth it. What's up, Chuck?
Did you get the peat moss mess cleaned up? Did you have to do that?
It sort of dissipates over time. It kind of breaks down, and you got a lot of you have a lot of microbial action going on in there. So it's just part of the waste, the kind of, you know. It doesn't, so I'll give it that. It doesn't permanently clog up, but there for a little while, my little homemade aquaponic system I'll point it out here. And actually, I can just put up the video and not play it. We can look at it this way. So the clay pebbles in that for that lower trough there, they kept clogging up the downspouts. So the peat moss kept clogging up in the little metal mesh netting that I have over each downspout. And what was happening is the water level was rising. It was kind of like what I would be doing. I'd be sitting over here at the computer, and I could hear one of those clay pebbles hit the ground. And I'm like, oh, the water level's getting too high. So I got to run over there, and I get over to the little mesh, and I'd jiggle it around and clean it as much as I could to get that peat moss to get through there. And that's all I could do, man. And it's like, okay, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I haven't had to do that in a while since I stopped putting it in. Joe says a lot of them come with this salt stuff in the cap. I leave mine in the res water, but it's a Blue Lab. Blue Lab, yeah. Blue Lab's pretty common, a pretty common company for a lot of these devices. So that would be actually, SteveO, we should go hit up Blue Lab. That'd be a good idea.
I have a Blue Lab myself, actually. That's what I've used.
Right. They have other items too. They have all the automation stuff for hydroponics and stuff like that. I believe. I think I saw a pump from Blue Lab. I might be mistaken on that, but shouts out to Ebb and Flow Genetics. I saw Master Rochi doing their giveaway tonight, And Al is pretty generous. I got this banner that I don't know where I'm going to put it though. I'd like to put it somewhere visible, but anyway, let's play the video. Go ahead and mute it. Look at all the fly strips. Actually, the flies are almost gone.
Oh, good.
They're really not a problem anymore. This is actually a little older. I may have played this video last week. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just me trying to get those clones to stand up. So just by sitting those big clones that I took last week, just by sticking them in the system, one of them is rooted, the other one is not rooting. You can tell because all the leaves are starting, are drooping, and now you can get through that, which most people who do clones would know this. Like, you actually will spray the leaves with some water, because the clones, until that clone gets roots, it will absorb water through the leaves. So if I want to, the one that's not doing so well yet, I can keep it going by doing that, give it some more time to root, because it'll definitely root. It's interesting how when I first heard about cloning and stuff, people would talk about like the chance that it would root and stuff. I don't really have a problem with things rooting in the system. But what I had a problem with was pH. So I'm really glad that's straightened out. So I ended up having to put some clay pebbles in the little grow cups to try to get it to stand up. Wasn't the best setup here, but it works.
Master Rochi in the house.
Speak of the Master Rochi, and he shall appear. Master Rochi, I know you're a busy man, but I will extend the invite, my friend, if you want to come up and hang out as a fellow grower for a little while, even for 5 minutes if you want.
That's Mama Rochi.
No problem. We like her too.
Hell yeah.
The invite's open for her too, of course, but she's more behind the curtains. She's like the Wizard of Rochi. I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Wizard of Gardens. No, that's not right either. We'll work on it. Mama Rochi. But yeah. Okay, so I'm getting sick of showing the footage of the same system, even though week to week the plants are in different stages. I'm actually having different things happen each week, but for you guys possibly out there, you might be looking at this going, okay, same this, same that. But you got to realize the cucumbers, how they're sort of yellow in some spots. I'm not 100% sure what's happening there. It may or may not be just, it's running into a limitation on nutrients in the system. We'll find out. Elisa May. What's up, Elisa May? Speaking of Elisa May, SteveO, I think you probably already know, but I meant to remind you that Elisa did get your the certified Siir SteveO prize yesterday. So I don't know if you already got that, but I meant to message you about it. So these three clones are were from like a few weeks ago. Look at that. There's like some discoloration going on. I don't know if that's because my pH is fluctuating too much or what, but it's interesting. Cullen says that female cucumber flower on the left needs pollen from a male flower. It's best to do by hand indoors. Yes, Cullen, that's what I'm probably going to do. Master Rochi said, give him about 20 minutes and he'll come up. Okay. Heck yeah. If you want to send him the link, that'd be great. Go ahead and send him the link. Okay. Derek says, great Scott, fly paper. Wow. Haven't seen it for 40 years. Derek, there are other things you can do. Those were cheap and I grabbed a bunch of them one day. And while I was trying to figure this out and try to get it under control, I just stuck them all up there, I think it was Cullen though that told me, and I've heard this before, and it makes sense. Fly strips and fly like papers and stuff, they're more of a gauge on how bad your problem is rather than a thing that can help stop it, So it wasn't necessarily stopping anything. It was just sort of a stopgap, Hey, we got Sean over on the Rumble. Just trim those bottom leaves off. Yeah, I need to do that too, for sure. I did that once already, Sean, but probably again would be fine. I don't know if you're still over there, but what's good, bro? Appreciate that on the Rumble chat. If you all on the Facebook want to go to Rumble, we would get it hopping. We'd get double or triple the numbers of people watching if you could do that for me. let's go back just a little bit. So we got some parsley going. Look at that parsley towards the base. You can see that I've actually cut it off a bunch of times. And yeah, so it's a cut and come again thing, man. It's like a lazy thing, right? I like these crops that I can trim something off, eat it, and then it'll grow back. I don't know if there's a limitation on how long you should do that for things, but as far as I know, man, like there's some lettuces, a lot of these leafy greens that I'm growing in here. I could just trim some off, eat it, and then come again. Now to Colin's point about the cucumbers, yes, I need to get to that, man. Those indoor cucumbers, using Q-tips on the cucumbers, flower to flower. Now, I need to look at what they look like, because I think one flower looks different than the other, but they look really similar. One is sort of curled up and kind of closed a little bit. The other one's open, and I feel like that's male and female, but I'll have to search it. Actually, I'll look at it after this here. Great to know. Thanks. No problem, Derek. Appreciate you. Okay, now it's me. Now I'm me. Mama Rochi's now herself again. Joe uses the fly paper, Lisa May. Yeah, like I said, they're a good gauge for it. So yeah, look, okay, here we go. You can see a clear difference between the flowers. I'll have to look up which one's which, but what I thought I was seeing was I just was assuming those small flowers were just like not bloomed yet. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
SteveO, wouldn't it be cool if cannabis had like a flower?
Yeah.
Like
flower?
Yeah, like or like an edible flower. I mean, there's a lot of edible flowers out there.
That's true.
I would love to start growing some. We could be eating them while we're on the show or something. But you have to be careful with those, because you have to. Some of them are only certain parts are edible, which is interesting to me. Like you can eat like just the petals. Was it on this show that we talked about how like so many things have flowers? Like almost everything has a flower that is a plant. Like like almost every plant has like flowers into something when it blooms or when it turns into seed, which is interesting. We don't think about that as kids, you know. You think flowers, vegetables, trees, you know. Yes, sir. Or take the pole from the flower. Take the pole. Oh yeah, without the small cucumber, and give that flower to the ones with the flowers without. Oh, I see. So you can look at it by finding the little centerpiece. That's where the pollen is. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You have to manually pollinate. They said he was saying, I think, right?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it indoors. Now, I have seen. Well, I guess I haven't really seen. I've heard of like, you know, lots of fans can help that, but honestly, that you'd have to be in a more enclosed area for that to make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Even your cactus is a flower, Derek. Yeah.
Yeah. Cactuses have flowers. Yeah, they're beautiful too.
Is that your house? You hear the siren?
Oh yeah, that's outside my house. My window's closed and everything. Sorry.
They're coming for you. Whoop whoop. It wasn't that loud. I just thought, this is like a quiet, like dead end road, man. If I hear a siren like that coming down this street, I'm going outside to find out what's happening.
Yeah, that sounds like a fire truck. Yeah.
Ronaldo, what's up, bro? I'm sorry, Ronald. I'm sorry, I spelled that wrong. Ronald. I read that like Ronaldo, but Ronald. Actually, Ronald, wouldn't it be Ronaldo in Spanish? I don't know. Maybe not.
Probably. Yeah.
My apologies. Yes. Okay, we'll keep it going here. Ronald, everybody's using the ebb and flow PFP. That's interesting. I've been seeing that a lot. Okay, so here's my little garden bin, right? I've been fighting some. I hate to even talk about it because a lot of you are going to cringe, but there have been spider mites on these potatoes, and I've been over drenching them with Prime, and I've also been putting some diatomaceous earth in there. So I'm fighting the battle, not because I have to, but because I want to. And you may not understand that at home, guys, but I'm still very much in the learning process. This bin that we're looking at is not a professional or commercial grow of any kind. What you're looking at here is a bunch of regular potatoes and sweet potatoes. Now, I've heard that I might mess up these sweet potatoes because they're supposed to be done a little differently, but I need to look into that. Maybe we'll look into that a little bit later. But yeah, something about them are different. I don't know. But and then you got the green onions, man. That's another one that you cut and come again. They just keep growing more. Although not as fast. I need to check on those to make sure they're going to keep growing. Heather, what's up? Heather Hatzell now. Colin says melons only have 2 female flowers per crop. The rest are male. Oh, I guess a cucumber is a melon, isn't it? I guess that's why we call some things melons, because they come in pairs. Oh, I see the pairs. I see what you did there.
I get it.
Are you shutting your camera off? I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that would be another glitch that was happening where just like you kept getting a random camera shut off. Me. No worries. Hope you're doing well. Oh, you're talking to Ronald. Okay. All right, let's keep moving here. But yeah, this is my sort of experiment bin. I throw different things in there next to the potatoes because there's some soil, so I'm kind of messing around with it. You grew cucamelons. Cucamelons. Okay.
Those are those little ones that you can eat, I think. That you eat the whole rind and everything. It looks like a little tiny watermelon.
I'd love to grow some of those. They were great, you said. You're not worried about the mites getting on the cannabis. Well, Joe, firstly, the cannabis is not a cash crop for me. Secondly, this tarantula genetics are still looking super powerful, man. They're so happy and stuff still. Now, will they get over there? Maybe, but I've been treating everything in the room, not just the bin that we're looking at now. You're going to see a little video clip where I got some diatomaceous earth on all the cannabis plants soil, which a lot of people will say doesn't do a lot anymore. So, I mean, whatever that can do, I got some there. But yeah, as you can see here, I sprinkled it all over inside there and around the outside inside the bin. But yeah, look at these. These girls they're loving life. I mean, I've taken clones. I've got clones going in the aquaponics system. So there's plenty going on. And as soon as I can finish my harvest, get these plants over in the other room after I clean the room and stuff, I got this whole, I have a process. I have a list. I have a mission, but it's just hard getting it all done. That's why, that's what the title is about tonight, man. Hard to stay focused. There's a lot of directions I can be pulled in. And I actually wanted to say something about that. As a small business owner, which I can say I am, even though I haven't made a dime from the business yet, I feel like anybody who's a small business owner or is entrepreneurial in spirit is going to be multifaceted in general. And I'm not trying to puff myself up. I just mean like I'm able to do a few different things if I wanted to go that direction, is my point. And in running a small business or trying to start a business, you almost have to be able to do all those things because you don't have an employee. You have to be your HR. You have to be your, bottom employee to the top employee. You have to be every job. So for a long time, you kind of have to be in that mindset. So my point is by diving into it and becoming good at little different things, like if I'm trying to learn the business side or the grow side, whatever it is, it makes me get distracted or sidetracked where, I could start doing this thing now that I started learning. For instance, this is not an exact example, but like I can make logos now. I've been messing around. I can mess around with that. So if I got distracted too much, I could start doing that all the time and get away from the growing. So it's hard to just keep that focus. That's kind of my point with that. Did you send your link? Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah, there he is. Master Rochi, welcome, sir.
Yeah, namaste. Thank you for the invite. Waylon, I am just tickled to talk to you because I've got a couple of questions.
Okay.
Of situations that were self-inflicted that I ran into during a grow, actually 2 grows. And this was inattention by me because normally I'm pretty selective when I pick my phenos and stuff. But I managed to plant tent growing some strains that were definitely meant for outside. They were way too tall for the tent. So I, when they stretched, I mean, they were into the lights. And I just kept topping and topping and topping. If somebody else finds themselves in a similar situation, is there a better way to deal with it than that?
It depends on, and again, from a new grower perspective, what I've heard is when you top or when you do any cutting, you want to give that plant a little time to recover before you were to say flip it. But in my head, I'm thinking maybe you cut them short, flip them before they have time to get back up there, but then you might be stressing the plant out too much if you do that. So
right.
I don't know, maybe just flip sooner. They might just have to be real quick ones.
Right. Well, you see, I didn't realize this until they hit that stretch phase because everything looked cool. They were, looking really good. And I'm thinking, oh, yeah. And then within, for about a 5-6 day period, I mean, they stretched maybe a couple of feet or maybe over a 14-day period. But it was pretty rapid growth, and by the time I really recognized, hey, they're not stopping, that's when I interceded.
Yeah.
Joe says he bends his, and I need to back up a second. They gave Joe saying about the mites. You say the lost close plant therapy, which I've actually heard a lot of people say good things about. I wonder if it works in conjunction with Prime Superior. I wouldn't see why not. And he said tea tree oil. Colin says that's flammable. Be careful with the tea tree oil. But he says that could really make them go down. So those are some good ideas. And I think maybe I should grab some other product on top of what I'm already doing, because the Prime Superior is an inoculant. It's a Bavarian Bassiana. It creates a layer of mycelium on the plant, which is also sort of boosting its immune system. And it's not repelling things. It's just strengthening the plant. So I think if I add the Lost Coast. Why do I keep adding an L in there? Lost Coast plant therapy. Yeah, maybe I'll get some of that because I do hear a lot of people talking about it.
Well, and I'd like to warn you though about tea tree oil. It is not good for dogs
or cats.
They're not allowed down here. So, but yeah, that's good. I wonder if it would be bad for fish.
I don't know about fish, but I know that tea tree oil needs to be kept away from pets. So if you be very careful with tea tree oil if you have pets in your grow area. I know I used to have a couple of cats that would just love to lay under the plants, during lights on. So, just be careful using them around your pets. But tea tree oil is very effective.
Mm-hmm. So listen to this. Fish facing mycotoxin challenge from plant-based feed ingredients may see improvement antioxidant status and reactions when supported with tea tree oil in their diets.
Oh,
as researchers. Interesting. So fish and tea tree oil.
Fish and tea tree oil go well together.
And that's from feednavigator.com if anyone wants the source. Awesome.
Most excellent. Be
careful using it with lights on. Is that because of the burn, Mama Rochi?
Yeah, that's with any foliar spray, pretty much, right? Don't they recommend it?
Yeah. You only want to, at least I always sprayed my plants at lights out. Regardless of what it was, it just seemed like the thing to do.
Mm-hmm. Not spray. Yeah, I usually shut him off. Go ahead.
I miss growing. I am so envious of you guys. And
when's the last time you grew?
It's been 2 years now.
Wow.
Since I've grown, when we started the business and went legitimate, and I started to become a louder voice for legalization and other things in the state of Indiana, I didn't want to become an example.
Sure.
So yeah, we shut our grow
Mm-hmm.
down, and this is about the longest period in my life I've gone without growing. It just kind of was the thing.
So have you heard about this, where this battle between hemp farmers and growers that have to have licenses to grow, where the hemp farmers are mass with their in certain states, I guess, maybe not every state, but the states where their hemp farmers are basically allowed to grow as much as they want because it's considered hemp, and then they're able to derive THCA out of that. And because they're able to do that, they're basically cornering the market away from the people who have paid and went through all the hoops to get the growers' licensings in some of these legalized states. So, but I guess another thing I wanted to bring up is that I heard recently that THCA is legal to sell 50 states. It's legal to sell federally.
Yes, because that comes under the 2018 Farm Act, like many of these other cannabinoids, Delta 8, THCO, all of these different hemp-derived cannabinoids, which at the time didn't exist at the 2018 Farm Act. Delta 8, I think, did. But, we're discovering so much that the hemp plant has to offer. And it's going to be difficult. I know some states are acting on Delta 8 and these other derivatives. So we'll see how it goes. And I hope that they keep in mind, I mean, our gummies and our carts, yes, are recreational. But really, I use the Delta 8 in our other formulations for the medicinal and health and remedy properties of them, and not for the recreational properties, mainly to get the full entourage effect, because Delta 8 can substitute for Delta 9 in that process. So I'm hoping that they are very careful with the laws they come up with. And that it sucks for the cannabis guys. It really does. And I've also heard, and have you heard this about hemp and cannabis farms in close proximity, cross-pollinating? The hemp cross-pollinates with the cannabis crop.
Really? What is that? What's it making? Or is it just turning the cannabis, harming the cannabis to make seed?
Yeah, it's flowering the.
It's flowering.
It's flowering the cannabis plants with hemp pollen. So it's pretty much killing that crop of cannabis. Especially
when you have the ability to have so much more hemp out there, and say in a certain area, you're going to have that percentage of airflow, and there's ways to track how that stuff affects the crops around it, for sure.
But that cross pollination. So as cannabis and hemp expand and start taking up more and more farm acreage, I think we're going to hear more of these issues.
What's up, Melissa? My cousin.
Hi, Melissa.
Should be legal. It should not.
Yes, Melissa. Namaste.
Do you say namaste? I always wondered, do you say namaste night at nighttime, or?
No, but I might have to check the translation on that and see if make sure it's not offensive.
Right. Maybe, yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
You never know.
It's like repeating those French lines that you heard in the movie to somebody actually from France, and them getting all offended. It's like, what did I say? I don't know what I said.
My mother is a pig. What?
Right.
Okay, let's finish this little video I had here. But yeah, the 180 back kicks are looking good. Mama Val is not here right now. I haven't seen her, but she'll be proud of me. We've got.
You made your concoction.
Yeah, and that might be why I don't see them, but I also don't see them in the water either, though.
You're supposed to. That's where you'll find them.
That's what I mean. And it's like, I don't know what happened. Either they just like the Prime Superior did its job or what, but that dish there has some sugar, some vinegar and water in there. So I don't know if I don't really know if it worked because I don't see anything, but hey, I did it. I made it happen. And those are mothballs next to it. That is not organic, just in case anyone's wondering. Look at the roots coming through the system all the way down, and that same thing over there. Those are roots too. Those are from basil. Or no, that's mint on that side. This side, look at this. I have to get around the fish. They always want to swim right into the bucket.
Of course.
What's up, Jimmy? That's why they outlawed hemp in Humboldt.
Cross-pollination.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Look at that. I have to scoot through here to try to get over there just because I got all the lights at right now. That's carrots and radish in that little thing I just watered. Carrots are another one that cut and come again. You cut the greens, they grow again. SteveO, you were saying something?
I was just I'm gonna say something silly. I was like, here's a little drink for you.
Oh yeah. Look at that leaf. Wait, look at this leaf here. The fan is doing that to that leaf. See that? Like it bumps into that leaf every now and then.
Oh.
And it's like curling, like drying it up and curling it. Also, the plants, I've been letting them stay pretty dry. These 4 plants have been stayed. That's another reason that they may not have any spider problems or mite problems. See how the one on the left in the back there was like drooping, and the one on the right.
Beans here.
We got Bean Dongo in the house. Bean Dongo with his bongo. Let's do it. Take a little smoke break. It's Bean Dongo, everybody in the house.
Yeah, I'll do a dab with you guys.
This is our show song. Airing the frontier into Bangkok. His name, I will tell you. His name is Fire in the Hole. Fire, fire, fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. Fire, fire, fire in the hole. Fire in the hole.
This got at least make Canada in the hole. Canada in the hole, at least, mate. The maple leaf in the hole.
Oh, we always love our Canadian neighbors and brothers and sisters.
She's not Canadian though. she hit the wrong emoji. I'm just giving her shit.
Right on.
Jimmy says if I'm using Prime, the plant will defend itself. Well, brother, I don't know. Either I have just like my basement is just, got some, like they're in a dry corner somewhere hiding, waiting for more plants, or I'm not doing it often enough. I've done Prime like 3 times this week already. I don't know. There's something else. Maybe some of it is maybe because I was reusing soil. I always thought like reused soil didn't have anything in it, so I thought it would be like sort of dead and there's nothing living, but maybe there's still stuff in there, right? I don't know.
Yeah, on reusing soil, I would put it into compost and recompost it before reusing it, and let that all kill anything, because you could still have bugs and other even bacteria living in that soil, and if you don't recondition it before reusing it, you might pull it over to the next crop.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably what I did with the potatoes, because all the cannabis has fresh soil. The potatoes I didn't care as much about. I know I mixed some of the old soil in there, but to that point, I should do some maybe at this point, now that I've already, it's hindsight at this point. So maybe I could get some nematodes or something in that soil, help things out. At this point, and I could also to that point I could also get an order of some predatory mites. If anyone's out there and you have a spider mite problem, those predatory mites, man, yes, you will still want to wash your bud because you're going to have dead insects and insects crap on there, but those predatory mites will take out the spider mites. You have to be careful though, because predatory mites a lot of times they come as larvae, and so if you've already got a full blown problem, they can keep the predatory mites from taking a foothold because they're still babies. We got Mama Val in house. Val, I got to show you something just to hope you're proud of me. It was back here a little bit.
You have to heat soil to kill microbes, says Mama Val.
Cooking it, yeah, that's a good call. So Val, you see that dish right there in the next to the moths balls? That's my little vinegar sugar mix. Those mothballs should keep things away, wouldn't you think? That's a whole bag. But they're not doing anything for the flyers. Although the flyers are pretty much gone, like I said, but they didn't do nothing for the flyers. It's crazy how some things work for some things and not other things. I guess it makes sense when you think of how humans are. Like, I like this food, but not that food. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Oh, the best stuff that I found over time. I have to go to Illinois to buy it because it's illegal in Indiana. It's called Mercenary, and it's put out by Cultured. And about 2 applications, and it kills about everything.
What was the name again?
A Mercenary.
Mercenary. Ooh, I like it. That actually reminds me of this meme that I shared today. It was of Lamar Burton, and it was called Reading Rambo. And he had this stuff. Yeah. But then I found out why this is even more funny and not totally off topic, but Lamar Burton, I guess, like was about to was like at some event and asked if the I forget the acronym now, but Mothers Against, like, like the mothers that are out there, like looking at some of the books that we have nastiness in our schools and stuff. There's a group for it or whatever, and he asked if they were here, and he said, "Oh, good, I won't have to throw down," like as if he's just gonna start like jacking these moms in the face because they come and like tell them they don't like a book or whatever. So I feel like that's where the meme might have come from. Mad, is that it? No, that's different, Shane. That's drunk driving. That's a different thing. Yeah, Reading Rambo was a good one. Val says, "Have you tried Diatomaceous Earth?" Yes, Val. It was earlier in this video I showed. I have that on everything, but I don't know. We'll see what your two gentlemen's opinion is before I explain what we're looking at. But the Diatomaceous Earth, SteveO, is it something that the bugs have evolved over, or what? What do you think? They can get around.
I don't know much about Diatomaceous Earth. Most of what I know I've learned on the show with you. So, I can't say I know.
That's legitimate answer. Master Rochi, ever used it?
No, I'm sorry. Would you repeat the question?
Diatomaceous Earth. It's basically. Go ahead.
Yes, I have, and it works. It works wonders. In fact, that's probably the easiest and best first line defense.
So yeah, Jimmy says for fungal gnats it works, but see, the problem is I can't put it in my aquaponics system. I mean, I don't think I could. I'd look it up, but won't do anything for spider mites. Okay. Well, yeah, then that's something I mean, I guess it doesn't hurt that I put it in there. Like Crystal's saying, it tears the exoskeletons of bugs, mostly crawlers that are along the soil.
Mama Rochi dropping facts too. You got you a smart one there, Master Rochi.
Well, Mama, you see, when we were growing, I had probably on the average of 24 to 30 plants going. So when it came feeding and care time, it took quite a while. So Mama would come in and help me, and she would she knew all of the enzymes and nutrients that we were using and the ratios. I would mix them up. She would feed them. There was times we were both in there thinning and doing other things. So yes, she is very knowledgeable, and she's gone through many grows, and she knows how to clone. I mean, she's getting really knowledgeable. really knowledgeable.
That's awesome.
Sounds good. Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till it goes legal for you guys, because then you'll just be hitting the ground running. Although you may not have time at that point, it'll just be the Kate and Mama Rochi show, and you'll be in an office somewhere, standing behind the podium with like a suit from the waist up, and just like some hippie pants or hippie shorts, the kind that are super long, from the waist down.
Hell no.
Behind the podium.
We've already got this covered.
Okay.
Because I know my role and what I'm good at, and I also know my limitations. So besides Mama Rochi and I, we have a business partner, Tony, and he's kind of like a son to me. And when we were talking about doing this, Tony and I used to work together, and we've been friends, or the families are friends. He was the only one that believed enough to give me $1,500 towards getting this stuff started, and
Wow.
I made him a partner, and he's finishing up his master's degree. He's going to be working on his doctorate. Very, very smart and capable guy. I don't know what I would do without him. He's kind of the yin to my yang. He controls my chaotic energy, but he is in charge of basically the operations. I'm the CEO. I come up with the harebrained ideas and kind of the direction we want to go. And he is the COE, or the CEO. Yeah, CEO. Chief of operations, and he makes sure all of my crazy shit kind of gets done. So, but
you're the product developer and stuff. I mean, you need that.
Yeah, I'm the product developer. I come up with this stuff. But no, Waylon, I am planning on doing this and hanging out, going to events and meeting more people. That's what I want to do. All I want to be is, if somebody new comes into the organization, if we ever grow that big and actually have an office, that they point like who let the weird old man into the building. That's about as much as I want them to see me.
They'll be like, "Did you see that homeless man come in a little while back?" Like, dude, that's the guy. Like you put a picture. You got to do like reverse undercover boss. So the picture. So you'll like shave your beard one day and come in. And they'll be like, "Sir, can we help you?" And you'll be like, "Well, who owns this place?" It's,
right.
It's reverse.
Well, before 2008, back in 2000, I don't know, 2003 to 2008 or something, I was working for a Fortune 500 company in finance. I wore a suit every day to work. I still had my beard, but shaved head and beard, but every day showed up. Part of my perks for working for this company is I dropped my dry cleaning off in the morning when I got to the office, and they'd have it back to me before I left. Gyms with personal trainers. It was crazy. But I just couldn't keep up that lifestyle. Alcohol and other drugs started, seeping in. I don't want that life again. I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy enjoying my cannabis, hanging out with very good people, and letting somebody else deal with all of that crazy
rat race.
Yeah, and everything that's sweet now tastes even sweeter because of knowing the difference in that yin and yang.
Yep.
Steve, could you imagine this guy in a bar? Like you go into a bar and you see
hell no,
you having a drink. Like I couldn't see it.
I couldn't see him walking up to me and doing the old boom, putting a hand on your back. That means that you're in trouble. You know what I mean? But I would also be very happy to have a man like that as a friend on my side.
I see maybe he switched. He had biker leathers before he switched it up for the Namaste.
Yes, yes, I did. You know, my life has been a incredible ride. I have enjoyed every part of it. I have been on top of the world. I've been under the world, and everywhere in between. I've made a ton of money and just shit it away and struggled. And yes, I got in love with motorcycles and everything years ago when I was in grade school. And you know, we had a motorcycle club member back in the 70s living with his folks across the way. So Abate was starting up back in the late 80s. I think this is probably 1988, 1989, maybe a little earlier, 86, 87, somewhere back there. Abate was very small at the time. And if anybody doesn't know, it's a motorcycle rights organization. We raise a lot of money for kids and do a bunch of different good stuff. But it was just getting started, and I was trying to start a local chapter. Each state had county chapters. So I knew a club member, and I invited him, and I was kind of hoping that he'd check out Abate. Later on, I found out that, they don't do anything with Abate. Anyway, I didn't end up recruiting him. He ended up recruiting me.
Oh, snap. The double recruit.
Yeah. And so that started my life in the motorcycle world. And, you can ride a motorcycle, be a member of a club, and still have, a very nice house, work a good job, and nobody knows.
Yeah, I see that.
Kind of leading a double life there for a while. Then I left it and just went fully into the club life. And that's where I met Crystal, actually.
Wow.
We met, she was a stripper when I met her. And it was a bar that the club frequented often. And I thought I knew every dancer in the place. So I look up and I see this woman dressed all in white. Of all things, and just a gorgeous. So she comes sauntering down towards the stage, trips, and falls into me. Anyway, she stayed. You got a
freebie.
Yeah. So she stayed on my lap all night. It turns out that her best friend was dating my club brother. So we all headed back to his place, and it was going to be a one-night stand, have fun, good old party time. And, well, you see what happens when you bring a stripper home. You end up with a wife. But, that's how we met. We got deep into alcohol. I did, into meth. And we both were both recovering. And cannabis is one of those things, and that's helping us.
I heard you talking about that on your show earlier. Yeah, definitely worth it. Go ahead.
Congratulations on your sobriety, and thanks for sharing as well. And I'll tell you, that's a funny story though about Crystal. It's like how'd you guys meet? Oh, she fell into my lap, literally.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if people don't know, Mama Rochi is legally blind. So it's not, she insists on pushing the shopping cart in the grocery store. And, the elderly, children, and store displays are fair game.
Now jump out of the way.
Yeah, you better move quick because, yes. But she tripped and fell into my lap. And that's how we met.
What a great story. Thanks for sharing that, man.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'll have to tell you about our first date at another time.
Yeah, let me get through this video and then we'll get to the certified segment.
Certainly. Don't let
we
me hold you up.
basically,
Somebody shut up, Waylon.
Master Rochi is the certified segment tonight.
Sure. I mean, I can. We could let him go all day. We had this picture up forever, so let me describe it. Obviously, well, some of you that know, this is my worm bin. So this is another thing being inside that could be, contributing to the problem per se. There could be mites in there, but I've actually read into it and found that there are soil mites that are actually beneficial mites. They're not like spider mites. So I don't know if if there's something to an issue with me doing this, but what I'm doing is I'm putting that newspaper in there, kind of just laying it on top, and eventually it'll break down in there. I don't know, like there's some ink and newspaper and stuff, but as long as I'm not doing a ton of it, I feel like the worms will be fine. I don't know.
Shout out to Farm Week.
Farm Week, yeah, I like this newspaper.
Yeah,
I actually read it.
Wednesday
I read it on Wednesdays usually if I don't have a guest. I don't have a guest lined up this week, but it is holiday week and whatnot, so no worries.
Yeah. I know when we were growing worms for fishing. Yeah, we put the whole Sunday paper in there, comics, well, not the ad slicks, but yeah, and we never had any problems with our worms.
I know, like on a larger scale, if you do composting, you don't want to do like put a lot of plastics and things like that in your compost. But I don't know. I might push back a little bit because we're finding that Mother Nature finds a way, man, and like we're finding a lot of enzymes and different and like mushroom, like mycelium and different bacteria that will eating petroleum products and eating different garbages and things like that, different wastes. So it's pretty cool what we're finding nowadays. What you're looking at is see, like I didn't have a whole lot of footage of me doing stuff in the garden. This is mostly what I've been having to work on. So I took some like sped up footage of my me picking out husky hair from this outdoor grow. Man, it has not been a fun process, but I try to get as meticulous as I can in there. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean the it doesn't smell the greatest. It doesn't smell bad, but it doesn't smell like it's gonna be the greatest stuff. But I grew it and I'm gonna trim it, I'm gonna cure it, I'm gonna do all the things. It'll get a little bit better with curing too. It might smell better too, but it was outdoor. I didn't really do much with it. I didn't give it much nutrients really. Could just make RSO with that, Joe. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. I mean,
it's not probably should. What?
It's not going to go to waste. I mean, there's so many different ways that you don't have to just smoke the flower.
And that's the other thing is the flower has some beans in it. So every decent sized bud, you might find a couple of beans. So it's not a huge ratio, but it's enough that you're going to find some. I've already got a handful. The hair won't make it through the filter. Oh, for the RSO. That's a good call. Actually, I think if I start making RSO, here's my dilemma. I don't love smoking. I like the whole camaraderie of it and the whole thing, but I think I should stop smoking. I want to stop using my lungs. But it's just that instant smack, that instant effect, all of the, I don't feel the edibles, but RSO is another story. I did take I think it was a 0.25 milligram RSO from the dispensary that they gave me for just a free sample. And I definitely felt it, but man, it's like a whole journey. If you're going to eat like a syringe of RSO, it's going to be like, yeah, you're going to get good sleep, but then the whole next day you're going to be kind of groggy for a little while, and so it's just, I don't know. It's too long. Go ahead.
This is what I would suggest is why don't you do an alcohol tincture? Then you can decide on how many, grams per ounces that you want. You can get that dialed in and you put that under your tongue and you'll get the effects in 5 to 10 minutes. Depending on how strong you make it, you could feel the effects for 4 to 6 hours. Okay,
we got some weird spam over on YouTube. bro, I mean, I'm not gonna read it, but like, you're the only one there. Who do you think you're? He didn't even stay. He just put that up and then left. Whatever. Spammers. Anyway, I don't know why I'm trying to make the bed look so like decent. I'm really just trying to trim off all the leaves that are a little long, and I'm trying to get off all the crow's feet, and I'm trying to get out any hair that I see. Microscopic. Oh, okay. So he's still there, but it doesn't say that he's there. It says you're not there, but you're there. He's still commenting, but it says 0 on YouTube. That's probably StreamYard's glitch right now. Bye. Well, you said some weird stuff. It's great to talk down. Like he says, like I'll read it. Actually, it's not really that spammy. He says, my name. Hi, my name is Jimmy Rizzo. Shout out to Jimmy Rizzo, my guy. He says, this guy is all one-sided. Listen. So what does that even mean, guy? If you're gonna come in and throw some shit out there, like what is?
Well, I didn't know there was multiple sides of growing, and I mean, of course, there's multiple sides on how to use it. But
if
I
that's
thought
what
you
he's
were pretty
talking
well
about,
covered all the sides. I don't know where he was going with that.
Yeah, well, it's all right. It didn't even register that he showed up. It was weird. StreamYard's had a lot of problems, causing issues. Yeah, your interview with SteveO, I hung out. I could hear you. It just, it was rough. I hope they can fix it. I think, was it since then, SteveO, that you found the connection to the StreamYard people? Maybe it won't be a problem again, but anyway, I'm going to have a lot of keef out of this bin as well.
Oh, I see that. What's your plans for that? Are you going to press it or sift it and press it? Or
I really like the Joe Kelly method of turning things into bubble hash and then pressing them.
Now, have you ever done dry ice?
Dry ice? You mean when you first cut, doing a live freeze, or anytime?
Yeah, I used to do the bubble hash, and God, it's a mess, and it's time consuming and all. And I saw this video on dry ice extraction, dry ice hash, and you basically use a bubble bag. You pick the size that you want, and you put your bud on dry ice. You freeze it. And let it freeze well, and throw it into the bag with the dry ice and shake it. We use great big industrial cookie sheets, but man, it just falls out. Once I started using the dry ice method, I never went back to bubble hash. I don't know exactly. I didn't ever really compare how much of the quantity I got out of it, but you can really, really control the quality on the dry ice method, because as soon as you start seeing it turn green, then you're starting to get a little bit more of the plant matter in. Because when you first start, it's like snow falling out. It's just white. And then you can move to different shades of green depending on your screen size. But if you have some to spare, pick you up a block of dry ice and check it out. I think you might be entertained, if nothing else.
That's interesting. Since I've only seen the bubble hash made the one time, and even that was just the first part of the process. And Joe is saying that he's interested in the dry ice for sure. He's going to get he said he has a dry sift screen, but he's going to put dry ice in a tumbler or pan. That makes sense. Now that makes so you're saying that you're not 100% sure if one is better than the other as far as outcome, but if one is a lot less work than the other one, then that's already going to be more efficient,
Right. And I could get 2 or 3 good grades of hash or keef out of this method, because as soon as I started seeing, we'd shake, and you want a lot of people to help you out because your arms will get sore doing this. But when you started to see the change of color, then you could switch pans, and you're going to get a little bit lower grade of, the next color, but you're going to get more of it. And so you can decide, how dark you want to go, and then I take it and I press it.
So when you press Keef, it's not. So when I did press Keef once on my last grow, and I had it pressed, and it turned everything kind of dark. Like the Keef itself wasn't dark, but then when you started dabbing with it, it turns dark. And what I was told was that could be partly freshness, but also could be the fact that when it's darker, it's because there's more plant matter in it.
Yeah.
That so maybe it doesn't matter, but it was like all my like nice, pretty electronic devices were getting all gummed up and turning black, and
right.
So,
and that's why you want to control your best stuff for using it as dabs or in your devices is that pure snow white Keef that you get when you first start shaking it out. When it starts turning that green, then that's the stuff that you want to also press, but that would go into your pipe or your joint or your blunt. More used that way, or I've used it for in my Laveau when I was infusing stuff instead of if I had enough of it around and I want to really infuse something strong, then I would use that hash puck.
I see. Yeah, and you can also get those like the baggies after pressing the Keef, and you can use those to infuse things and stuff like that. Jimmy says they're pressing at a high temperature, so the dabs itself didn't look like it was pressed too hot. It was like a decent color, but it was pressed a little higher than it should have. I've been told a couple things, and I'm sure everyone has different opinions, but they pressed it at 200, I think, and I think the guy was trying to get me the most bang for my buck, but pressing it at that higher heat is going to get more junk in there. So yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So that finally getting through my video, it was longer than I thought, but it's just trimming, man, and that's all I'm doing mostly, and fighting, trying to keep things under control down here. But let's moving on over to the next segment, y'all. What's going on? Wait, what?
Matt's my segment tonight. Let's hang out with Matt.
No, we got a Master Rochi segment tonight.
Well, thank you very much. No, I mean, you guys put out some great information, and I appreciate you having me on. I'm enjoying this.
Yeah. We like to have you on as not a guest, or not an interview, but like a third chair host for a growing show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been great. You've been great with that tonight. You really bring a lot of knowledge, man, and you're a good communicator too. I'm sure that everybody learned a lot by what you were saying there tonight.
Well, my worst growing experiences was a few years ago, because we moved from a large house where we had a lot of space and a large garage, and to a very small house that we thought was just going to be for Crystal and I. And we never thought about any type of business or kids moving back in or COVID or anything like that. So it was starting to get cold, and I was growing, and I thought, okay, the next grow, I'm going to put it in the attic. And oh my God, it's an unfinished, really unheated attic. So I had heaters going, and moving water and stuff up and stuff down. It's like I will never grow in an attic that just has a little crawl hole to get up in. I want one with a pull down staircase. But it was an interesting experience. Got good yields, and it was a good grow overall. But I had temperature fluctuations to deal with and all kinds of crazy shit.
Yeah, ventilation, things like that, I'm sure was a bitch.
Oh yeah. Yeah, nothing was easy on those grows. Nothing at all. So, did you guys have what's the worst place that you guys have ever grown?
The only place I've ever grown is indoors in a tent. So I've had it easy.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You grew outside.
I grew outside, but you know, none of the plants I ever grew or tried to grow with buddies outside over the years were nothing but larfy buds, big, tall, skinny plants that had just a couple branches. You know, we never knew what we were doing. But yeah, last year I did. I grew 2 plants outside for the first time, and I did pretty good with them last year. And then this year, out of 7 that I tried to grow that were regular photo periods, I ended up with 1 after every disaster and or whatever happened. They were male. You know, my big one, man. Remember, Waylon, you called it too. I had that. There was one that right away, boom, it went crazy, and it turned out to be male. You know, so of course I was excited about that one.
The one out of the 4 that was getting tall fast. Yeah, you're like, all right, this one's gonna work out, and then man.
Waylon was like, "Yep, I bet you that'll be the male," and yeah, and he was right. And then I even had a groundhog dig up my plants because I set them on the ground after I gave them a fresh dose of wizard tea, and the groundhog found it that all 4 of them that night and dug them all up.
Oh.
I only had 2 that survived. And then, based on some experiments that Waylon's done, I decided to take 1 that was cut in half. I didn't do anything to it at all. I just stuck it right in a pot. And I actually ended up getting, probably a little less than an eighth off that thing. It rooted and everything.
Right on.
It finished up.
It was a nice bud on there, too. It wasn't just like little stuff. It was like
pretty.
a single, it was like a good size. I don't know. It was maybe a couple buds, but
yeah, it was probably 2 grams, I bet, tops. But still, it was two or 3 little ones. It was cool.
Right on.
But
I tell you what, these tarantula genetics I have shot way up too, and I'm not 100% sure whether I should just keep topping them like you did, or because I can't move them yet. Because I really want to clean that area. Although I'll hold on. I guess that's a moot point now that there are spider mites in this room as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of a moot point, isn't it? So I should just go to the plant Lost Coast plant therapy, get some tea tree oil, maybe a little bit of that. Be careful, SteveO. Would
I say bend them over, and just go into a circular pattern with them, and just basically tie it up, and follow a pattern around and make it kind of like a carousel in a way. And as you tie them down, then when they start to stretch, everything is in a circular pattern instead of being just stretching all on its own, So start training it now to go around and into a circle. And then as you go, top, and then boom, throw it in the flower once you get maybe 2 or 3 more tops. But you can make that room by going into a circle pattern with them. I've seen that done, man. That'd be interesting to try, Waylon. I think you could rock that.
I agree, but they're pretty thick stem or trunks now. I don't know if I'd be able to the top of them for sure. Like some of the I could like get all the branches like in a I forget what the symbol is, but like when multiple things are curling around a center. I can get all the branches, but I don't think that's going to be very easy to mess with. I'm probably just going to top them again and flip them.
Well, at this point, if you've got yourself a bulky girl like that, you don't want to mess with it. I got a feeling that this one is going to be some of your dankest so far just because of how well it's been performing for you.
And that I didn't take too long. Those last 2 were the 2, I know I've explained it a couple times, but I just Matt hasn't heard me. The last 2 that I indoor finished, they were originally clones from a plant last year. Then there were 6 of them that rooted, and then they were sitting in styrofoam cups for like 3 months straight with 24 hours of light, low light, but 24 hours of red and blue light. And they didn't grow at all. They all stayed like just right where they were. But only 2 of those 6 survived in the long run. And I did get them all the way to flower. But we're talking about plants that lived way longer than they should have, which makes them riddled with all kinds of immune problems and other things like that. So it just like, that was probably my downfall. But to your point, SteveO, these tarantulas all came from seed. They're much, much younger. I need to flip them soon, though, because I hate to just leave stuff in veg for too long,
Well, it becomes overwhelming, and, you do have the high ceilings and the powerful lights. So I get the temptation to want to do a big plant, but don't you always think, I wish I would have flipped this sooner? Yeah.
I always say that, but this time was different because it wasn't because I couldn't flip them. It was because, well, no, hold on. It was because I couldn't flip them. It wasn't because it wasn't because I didn't want to or didn't get to it. It's because I need to clean that whole area. I wanted to clean the whole area, but we're back to what I had just said earlier, and it doesn't matter because it's already an issue. So yeah, I think this has been a productive episode for me, because that means now I can get out of my own way and just move forward. I can go get some lost coast, and because I had so many steps. I still have like a half a pound to trim, which is in that room. So I was like, man, I got to do all of this. Then I got to clean the whole room, and then I can move them over there. So in other words, I'm going to get all that used soil out of here. I'm going to go put that in the garage. And then, I can do a quick spray down of some bleach water. It won't be a bad thing. I'll keep it away from the
never hurts
harvest. Yeah. And then I can get moving. So yeah, it's good. Keep that, like it says, keep pushing, focusing. I've gotten refocused on this episode. Go ahead, Matt.
Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh,
I didn't have anything. I just listened and taking it all in.
I really like the fact, Matt, that we do experimenting and stuff here as well. Trying different things, and the big aspect that people need to understand is that we're here trying to learn as well. We bring up guests like yourself that have experience and give their opinions, and we have people in the comments like Joe that give his expertise, and we try to be like, not experts at all. We try to be a place to come and learn about different things that occur, not only with cannabis, but Whalen also grows herbs. He grows potatoes and vegetables. So, kind of a little bit for everybody, don't you think?
Yeah. And, I'm not an expert on anything. And I'm always interested in learning. That's why, I love listening to the shows. A lot of times people don't realize if Crystal's into a show, I'm listening generally because she's
playing
me and I'm doing something else. But, I learned so much from everybody. And, I hope that I can share back at least a little bit. With the folks that are educating me. And, I'm always hungry to learn new stuff.
What's up, hobbies?
Lots of different techniques out there, lots of different climates, lots of different grow mediums, lots of different money that people can spend on grows. I mean, we've seen some really crazy ones that people, typically they built over the years. The ones that have, the great ventilation systems, they've got everything dialed in. They're doing aeroponics. They're, they've learned their craft over time with experience. To go out and drop the type of money that it takes to do a lot of what we do, and it's ridiculous. That we, in order to do that, to make our own medicines, but it is good though, nice and fresh, clean. We know where it comes from.
Exactly. And
I'm gonna light up a dab, guys.
Go right ahead. Cheers.
Yeah.
I'll follow you with that, bud.
And I laugh so much when I get onto, and it's not so bad because I'm not really following a lot of these sites that much anymore. But when I first started getting into all of this, back when it first started, I did a lot of the help you grow shows, and helping dispel bro science and things. But it gets funny, people get in the arguments over the silliest stuff, like which method is best to grow. It's whatever method works for you and you enjoy.
Right.
And you don't have to spend a ton of money to get some good results. If I got, I think, the second edition of the Marijuana Grower's Handbook. My first grow was in a walk-in closet. Following that book, I lined up the walls with white poster board with the non-reflective side, I think, out. And was out at the hardware stores matching up the tube lights with red and blue spectrums. That's how my first indoor grow. So things have come along so much today. Now we've got digital meters and all kinds of stuff to help you dial in the pH and
it's important.
Yeah, all the soil. I can't think of the names. It's been a couple of years since I did it, but
the NPK ratio.
Yes. You can dial all of this stuff in now, and it's wonderful. It's not how you grow. It's you grow, and share that. Share your expertise. If you dial in and you love to grow with deep water culture, keep doing it, and then help educate everybody else if they want to do it.
Absolutely.
Cheers, Master Rochi. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire mine up too.
So.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, I saw him smoking. Like, I just wanted to. I don't really know much about your kind of smoke. Are you're a sativa guy, indica kind of guy?
I am definitely a sativa guy. I like some hybrids. I like the indica, but it's more for the evening stuff. Indica during the day just doesn't work for me. So I like more of the social, what I call the concert high, and that's what I get from sativa. The indica is good in the evening when I'm kicking back and relaxing like this, but I'm almost 100% flower guy. I do like the edibles and the tinctures, but most of the time my choice is flower.
Yeah, I really like the pipe you're smoking out of too. That's usually your go-to, I think, right?
Yes, this is a pipe that was made for me by Brian Williams.
Cheers, everybody.
And
let me bring that up.
He did a beautiful, beautiful job on this. So yes, this is my go-to, and when I travel, I pack this like the family china, and so very, very careful with it.
Yeah.
But it is by far my favorite smoking piece.
Yeah, Waylon, wouldn't that? Oh, he left for a second. Wouldn't that be cool? Oh, okay, wouldn't that be cool to have your own pipe? Like, I can imagine myself having something similar to that. You know what I mean? That would be so cool. And having your own face on it means it's completely original.
Oh yeah. He outdid himself. We've been sending him some. He's been on the show. He made Kate a pendant while he was on the show, and we sent him some of our product, and he liked it. So we were kind of bartering, and
absolutely.
I broke my favorite pipe, so Crystal asked if he would make me one. And he just got inspired one night and did this, and it showed us when it was, about 3/4 of the way done. And I agree. He outdid himself. This is some beautiful work.
Yeah.
And Brian Williams, stop by, say hi to him, give him some love.
I'm pretty sure he stopped through the other day. I think he offered to make us something, didn't he, SteveO? At some point,
I recall that you guys were going to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with him, and he sounded interested in maybe making something for the show.
Yeah,
wonderful.
He obviously his custom work is great. I mean, he literally takes little pieces of glass and makes it look like human beings. You know what I mean? It's crazy. That looks good. Oh, there he is. He's here.
Hey, there's Brian. Brian,
hey, Brian.
Brian, come up for a smoke if you want, bro.
Yeah, here, Brian.
In the after show now. SteveO gonna send him the link. Thank you, brother.
I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know if.
Well, let's see. Maybe he's in my chat. I can just whichever chat we find him in, we can just put it in there.
Yeah, not on Messenger. So yeah, so let's find it.
He's on your page.
Okay, I'll put that over there right now. On
my ears are ringing. He said,
"Yep, you got it." Brian, I'll bring it to my profile.
Now, look, I mean, I don't want to say that I'm being emasculated by these two beards that are on the screen. But, I feel like one day I could have a beard that's as impressive, But for me, I like to keep the mustache short. So, do you know what you could do, Master Rochi? Is you could come out with your own trimmer. Come out with your own Master Rochi trimmer. That'd be cool.
That would be, but
yeah.
I don't know how to do that because the way that mine has developed, the way it is I quit trimming it. The only thing I do is comb it anymore and put beard oil on it. That will wash it. But I quit trimming. I just let it go.
Wait, so the mustache though doesn't get in your I have to do this to eat.
Oh, I trim the mustache.
Oh, I know, and it gets in the way of everything. Yep.
I trim it.
If you do this, buy stock in a napkin company, because with every bite you'll want to wipe. Yeah.
I always tell my waitress that I say bring extra napkins for the bearded guy.
Right.
So Joe's asking about this. I don't know, Joe. If he comes up, we'll ask him. Otherwise, if you're still watching, Brian, Joe's wanting to know, maybe go follow him. If you guys haven't followed Brian Williams Glassblowing, I don't know if I have. Let me go check.
Yeah, definitely give him a follow, give him a like and a follow. And if you're not following me, give me a like and a follow. I really appreciate.
Whoa! I didn't know. We didn't authorize it. I'm just kidding.
Nope, I had to slip it in there.
All right. Looks like we have our invitation accepted. If Neo Bry, is that you, Brian? Give me a thumbs up. That's him.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, welcome.
My ears were burning.
Yeah, well, welcome. We were admiring your custom piece that you did there for Master Rochi.
Yeah, we were talking about you a little bit there, Brian.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you, my friend.
So before I want to get to this before we get too far, but Joe's asking if you do the mini hammers and what the price is. So Joe, we'll find out where, if there's a good place to find all of your prices, if you have anything like that. Just your page.
Yeah, you can hit me up on a GM.
There you go.
Sometimes my hammers, they go from, $45 and up. Depending on what you like,
That's a value. I tell you that. I
want my hammer, instead of having a mushroom inside of the glass, I want a fish inside of the glass, make it look like an aquarium.
A fish?
Yeah.
He goes, a fish?
I'm blinging tonight, man. I got I don't know if you guys can see.
Yes, I can.
Yeah. I'm blinging my pink chain and my dinosaur.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah, bring him up.
Yeah.
My
That
dinosaur
is
on pink chain.
gorgeous.
Wait. What's the is the dinosaur functional? What is it?
It's just a dinosaur head.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
that's just
Okay.
cool as hell.
Now that's amazing.
dinosaur pendant. That's
Yes, it
badass.
is.
That's
Yeah,
like
I have
that's-
some really good customers. I'm retired, but I do a little bit of work.
I do a little bit of work.
does it
Well,
does a thing or
Brian,
two.
I only do like work for friends and stuff. You know what I mean? I got hurt in 2016. My legs got crushed.
Oh
Oh no.
Yeah,
Sorry to hear that.
and yeah, I'm okay. And then I got a nerve disease in my legs. And I was a neon glass blower for like 35 years before I got hurt.
Oh wow.
So I can sit down and do this work.
Mhm.
Neon, I had to stand up, 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day.
Oh wow.
Sure.
And making neon signs. It was a great career, it was great.
Oh, it sounds fun.
Yeah.
So I make pipes and pendants and makes people happy. So it's really cool.
Oh
yeah.
I just do it because I love glass blowing, you know what I mean? I've been doing it since I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you put that under the UV or the black light, and I mean you can start getting some of those similar effects from the neon.
Yeah, actually, I'm doing these little miniature logos. So someone will give me a picture of their logo, and I'll do a miniature neon sign, but it'll be out of UV, and then we'll shine little LEDs around it, so it'll shine it on it, and it'll look exactly like an old-fashioned neon sign.
Yes.
Oh wow, that is gorgeous.
So I
What
got
a great
one coming out
idea.
in January, February 1st, coming out in February 1st, and then we're going to display it. And I don't think any other glass blower has gone into that area. It's kind of like a lot of the older glass blowers. They're like, man, we're so glad you're here, bringing your neon into the pipe making and mixing it all together and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really been good. It's really been fun.
Well,
Good luck with it.
I'm sure, speaking for all of us, that when you get ready to unveil this, that we would love to have you on the shows to let the world see this, because I think it's absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those logos, I'm really looking forward to it. It's something that I designed, and it's something that was my idea, and I can't wait to unveil it.
Oh, can't wait to see it.
Can't wait to. I'm hoping it's gonna take off, and just.
I think you're going to inspire.
I think it's going to turn into a thing,
I think you're going to inspire a whole new generation.
Oh yeah, I'm hoping other glass blowers will take it and roll with it.
Right.
You know what I want to see?
Glass blowing's done a lot for my life. I really am not hiding anything.
Sure. What's funny is with glass blowing, it's similar to in a lot of ways it's similar to what I'm doing. Is like the cannabis community suddenly starts to get a little bit of movement with legalization, and I can grow my own. Well, that's in everyone's head. They think that's got to be cheaper, right? So then what they do, they move down this path of going, okay, soil, plants, light, growing, okay, and then what does that do? That opens the gateway to all sorts of other things, like I could grow food too, I could grow this or that, the other thing, and it opens their mind. Well, the same thing is going on with glass, where these people are like, I want to blow awesome bongs and cannabis pieces, but then what do? They have a skill that they could do what with? You could make cups. You could make things with that. That's a skill that transfers beyond cannabis. Is my point.
Right. We're starting to be noticed like as artists now.
For sure, art for sure.
The growers freak me out because it just what you guys do with the plants and all. It's amazing.
That's art too, right? A lot of times, yeah.
It is an art because. Me and my wife, anything I grow, I end up dying. So I like watching your growers. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's his
growers? I'm so impressed with them, man. It's crazy.
Joe, what were those pictures about? I'm sorry. He sent me a picture of this mini hammer. Is that what you're asking if he would make? Is that send a picture to what I want? Okay. Yeah, I would assume his page is this here. Brian Williams glass blowing. Is that your main page?
Yeah, that's my only page. Yeah.
There it is, guys.
Nice.
Thank you.
Go there, brother, and send him a DM, and we'll get him and figure out what you're looking at there. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's awkward to do business in front of everybody, of course. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like I never put anything up for sale ever. It's all just friends, you know, and they'll DM me and want something, and I'll do something for them. I do maybe 10 or 15 pieces a month. I don't do a whole lot, you know.
That's what weird. That will make them very collectible, you know, because it's all limited.
A lot of
can I say limited edition?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a lot of collectors,
custom pieces,
like that Master Rochi piece. I'm really proud of that piece. I really am. Very proud of that piece.
This is my only piece now. Everything else is no longer. This is what I'm using.
I was hoping you would. Yeah.
Yeah, it fits great in my hand.
Makes me feel so good.
Yeah, it has a wonderful draw to it. Yes, this is perfect.
Does it have a screen in it? Is it just an old school pipe style, or what's inside there?
It's
it's I don't know how you describe it.
Could you put a screen in there? Okay. Could you put a screen in there and do some hash or whatever?
Oh, I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I mean,
and
I
you
just
came out
with
your hat and your glasses and all. You came out so cool.
Yeah.
That looks
amazing.
Cool,
I'll make you a I'll send it over to you. I'll make you a cobalt stash jar with a cork in it.
Oh, cool.
To go with it. And I was kind of hoping you would get like a gun case or something to put it in.
Oh, yes.
That way when you go to shows and stuff and events and stuff, maybe, you know.
This is packed like the family china when I travel. I mean, it is packed and protected. So
that's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, Waylon, give me a couple weeks. We'll come on, and after Thanksgiving, we'll come on and we'll make a piece for your viewers and give it away.
One of those old school pieces like that, really?
That's really cool.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow. Can I bring that up? Cool, real quick. Let me see.
That is pretty cool.
Look at that.
Look, can I see the bowl? Sorry.
It's inspired by this.
Jimmy loves his. That's Jimmy's price per listen. That's what I'm saying. It's an old school looking pipe, but it's made all out of glass.
Yeah, it's inspired by these. I've been making them a long time. Used to make them out of neon tubing. Yeah.
That's what I'm
awesome.
Well, let's get together, and after Thanksgiving, I'll pop up and we'll make a piece for your follower and give.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll nail down a date so I can advertise it a little bit ahead of time.
Maybe I'll save this for the. Maybe I'll save this piece here for the live. I've been wanting to do something with this. I can take this piece here, and I can go ahead and make the other parts of the old school, and we can do a giveaway with this. This will be like a, $150 piece we'll give away. Hopefully we can get a lot of followers in. And
I feel like that's a locals win right there. I feel like that's a subscriber win.
What I do is I jump on. I don't go live myself. I jump on people's lives. Friends.
Brian, you're kind of
I do.
Cutting out a bit. Can you hear me?
Yeah. No.
I think you're lagging back a bit and then catching up.
We missed everything you said there. Can you repeat that? Oh, you're still lagging.
Yeah, we'll see if maybe
I'm still lagging. I'm sorry. Let me lift my phone up a little bit.
You came back. You came back. Try that again. Yeah. Try that again for us. We missed
that
what you
good?
said.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
okay.
better.
What I was saying is I don't go live myself. I jump up on people's lives. I meet people, and that's what I do, you know. I don't
Man,
know.
you know,
Yeah.
Jimmy Mead is a friend of mine, man, and I tell you what, whenever he says he's got high praise for somebody, you know,
Yeah, Jimmy just got one of these.
Yeah, he says it's one of his favorites. Yeah, he's pretty.
He loves it. He loves it. Jimmy's a cool guy. I really like him.
Well, once we have the date nailed down, man, we'll start advertising it, and
hopefully we can get a lot of followers in that night and give away a nice piece.
I tell you what, Brian, we'll also get a nice musician in that night because that's enough time that I can get us.
Yeah, that's cool.
We can get. We've got a couple of two or three that I can think of that have been really good.
That sounds good, Waylon.
We used to do. I mean, whenever I have time, I've been so busy, but normally we do like a 10-minute intermission where we get a musician on to just play. Like, it doesn't matter if they're good or bad. They're playing the spoons or a jug. If they can play 10 minutes, I was giving them $10. You know, I felt like it was worth it, but just to get some exposure to new musicians. But there's been a few, SteveO, right, that were professional. So like a couple that we can get. A couple that came in studio right here. So yeah, everything. I'm having a brain fart on everyone's names, but it was.
Evan Sturgeon was. We need to get him back because he had a problem with his audio last time.
I'd love to see him in studio. Anyway, lots of musicians, but yeah.
Let me know, and I will help promote on with my folks, and we'll try to let everybody know when you're going to do this.
Collaborate.
It would be great.
That sounds great, guys. I look forward to it.
We'll try to collaborate. Yeah, that'd be freaking awesome.
I will get with you.
Let's get together. Do it right after Thanksgiving.
I want to find you in the chat real quick to make sure. Well, no, I won't be able to. Anyway, I need to make sure that I hook up with you in the DMs because you know how it doesn't let you find somebody sometimes unless you're already friends with them. It's weird. I'm just gonna try it while we're talking here. But yeah, thanks, man. That's really cool. I don't want to hold you up, but you guys, both of you coming on have been awesome.
Yeah,
Brian, where are you at?
Siir SteveO.
Can I ask where you're at?
Good night.
You're in Illinois then?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Maryland.
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's where I grew up, was in Maryland. Right on.
I'm in Annapolis, Maryland, right near the Naval Academy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
Beautiful city.
Well, is that anywhere close to Fort Aberdeen Proving Grounds?
Yeah.
Because I stayed there. I went to school there for a few months.
I'm 25 minutes from Washington, D.C., 25 minutes from Baltimore City, and 5 minutes to Annapolis.
Oh,
wow!
It's really a nice area,
Central Maryland,
except for the swamp in DC. So we won't talk about we won't talk about that.
Right.
How far?
I didn't want to say anything. Yeah. Have a good night, Brian.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great night.
Wow, I'm blown away, guys. Like I'm already thinking 2 weeks ahead now.
Yeah. Thanks, Master Rochi. We appreciate you introducing us, man. That's really awesome. We'll do a cool little thing here, man. This is going to be great.
Jimmy tagged him in here. Thanks, Jimmy. Go ahead,
Jimmy. Thank you.
Yeah, we can all get together and maybe do something special with Brian and I think it's great. I love the idea of the music. I'm always down with music.
Yeah.
So let's Waylon put something together and count me in if I just need to know. 2 weeks ahead. That would be good.
Yeah, right.
I think if we could get our man Wes from True Healthcare Wellness, one of our awesome sponsors, who also plays. He's got they're in a band, Still Shine. I'd love to get him back in the house. And you know what, man?
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to promise this, but I'm going to see if I can get him with maybe a band member or two, and we can set it up upstairs in a bigger room. Make it big, man. We could do it big. Yeah.
Now that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That is a good idea.
Anyway, I'm getting excited. But yeah, it's been a good show tonight. I think we're coming up on that 2 hour mark anyway.
Right on.
So I think we can probably get going here in a minute. But man, I'm just like at a loss for a minute here.
Mm-hmm.
He said $150 piece, and you know what? I hate to be one of these sticklers, but I think that's going to one of my subscribers. I don't think it's. I think it's going to be.
Well,
go ahead, Steve.
Well, yeah, Master Rochi's fans and everybody too. Though we've got if we're going to collab, we've got maybe include everybody on this, but maybe local subscribers get a second spot on the wheel, maybe.
Maybe,
yeah.
I
like that idea.
Well, what I was thinking in my head is that he may end up going on Master Rochi's show. I want to do something there. I don't know.
Oh, do something separate.
Right. I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Right on.
Brian's been this will be a great opportunity for Brian, because with the three of us inviting everybody we know, it will give him a great audience. He's been on our show, I think, once or twice.
If you're gonna do all that, brother, then you would be included. I didn't, like at first I was just thinking, Master Rochi's gonna come back and hang out with us, you know what I mean, Steve-O. But then, like, if he's like really, if we're making this that kind of big thing, then hell yeah. I mean, maybe we'll get other sponsors to throw in on some other giveaways too, man, on that same night, man. It could be big.
I say do it. Hell yeah.
We'll see.
Well, you know what? We'll definitely throw something in for that night to give away.
There we go. Balls rolling.
Yeah, and you know what? Let's just have fun with it. The grand prize, the big giveaways, going to be the Brian Williams piece. But
Can I get in on this?
Let's get a few different musical guests to play, and let's make it a party.
It'll be fun. Awesome, guys. Well,
this is really getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand.
It's getting crazy. Like, there's going to be a circus there. We'll get Little P there with us.
A petting zoo.
He's going to get him. We're going to get him in the house. I'm going to have him on my shoulder while I play the harmonica. There's going to be a donkey in here for some reason. And I think we're going to have a guy blowing balloon animals outside.
Creativity.
I love it. An old-fashioned party, man. Yes. Part party, part carnival, part circus.
I tell you what, I could probably get Jimmy Mead over. I could probably I don't know. I think you're my only local friend, Jimmy, so maybe you're it. Steve-O, maybe you can make the trip. It's not terrible far. Maybe that could be a thing in the near future. Horse and pony show, Valerie. Yeah, for sure. Pin the tail on Jimmy. We'll make Jimmy scoot around, and we'll get him start pinning the tail on him.
Hey, are you? There's an event we're going to go to in Peoria.
Really? I've heard of it.
Eve. It's called One.
Oh no!
One Love.
Oh, sounds good. I think I'm going to be busy that night, though, to be honest.
All right. Well, there's going to be a bunch of glass blowers and different stuff. It's going to be kind of an expo kind of party deal, I think. But so I was going to say, that's kind of up in the neck of your woods, or your neck of the woods, isn't it?
I didn't know it was going to be in Peoria. I didn't know that. Yeah. I wonder where at though. Did it say what event center or?
I can find that information out, because we've already committed to being there.
Jimmy, where it's at? Steve-O?
I'm
sorry, no, I don't know. It's at High Harbor, probably, if it's in Peoria.
That's an outside thing.
No, this is I don't think it's at High Harbor. It's another big indoor event. It's a big heated barn.
He said it's at the Pharmacy Farm. Is that's your farm, Jimmy? Or Jimmy's got the pharmacy?
That may be it.
Jimmy's family's private land.
Okay. So we're going to be there. That's where we're going to be for the 31st.
Wow.
I don't think we have any flyers or anything yet to post on it. But
it's at Tree Slingers, he says.
I see.
Okay. Yes.
Wow. I wish I could go. That's crazy.
So I think it's going to be a great time. I can't think of a better way to celebrate New Year's Eve.
Well, I'm going to refrain from getting into it, but yeah, I'm not going to go to that one. It's sad though. It's sad.
So,
Oh, is that what that is? Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Didn't understand. Well, hope it turns out great for everybody.
For sure.
Right
Yeah.
on.
Everybody will have a good time. Yeah.
Here's that.
Sure. Cheers.
Cheers. Huzzah.
Huzzah. Is that really loud? Here, I'll mute.
No. I don't hear anything.
You know, sometimes this thing rocks and you hear it like a freaking rocket going off, and sometimes you don't.
I think it depends on how close you are to it.
Yeah, because, you know, sometimes I do that, though, don't I? I lean in like this, and when my back hurts, I forget, and I start staring into the...
If you have that thing cranking and you're just like holding it out or something closer to the mic, that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't have to use my my stand mic anymore since I got the new computer. I use the dual mics that are built in here.
In the computer, that's rare to be good enough. In the laptop, must be better laptops nowadays. I always thought, like from back in the day when I had them, the laptop camera would be fuzzy compared to like a separate camera. But that one,
this one's got two. Good. It's got two mics in it. It's called the Realtek Virtual something or other they call it, and it works pretty good, I guess. Obviously, I don't have to crank my mic up all the way or anything.
Yeah, I have a Yeti Blue that I was using, but the cord went bad, and I haven't. And it's been bad for 6 months, and just never replaced it. But I've been using the microphone on the camera, and it seems to be working well enough.
Well, yeah, remember on Friday night how bad the audio was?
Yes.
We got right on with the StreamYard rep right afterwards, and let her watch the video and got her in there, and they fixed our problem. And it only took less than 48 hours. What our problem was. Me and Waylon haven't had any issues tonight that I could tell, right, Waylon? And we were plagued. The other night I was talking just like this, and boop, I got muted. and then we had something pop up on the screen. Yeah, and then it wouldn't let me unmute when Waylon was trying to talk to me, and it was just it's so frustrating. But tonight, knock on wood, it'll stay smooth. But we haven't had any issues.
Yeah, we're gonna close up shop right now, guys. It's been a good night. I'm gonna write down. Let's see, 113 will be next week, and so it'll be 114. That I think, as long as I work it out with him, but I think it'll be episode 114, 2 Mondays from now, hopefully.
Right on, man.
All right.
What a great show.
We're gonna advertise the heck out of it that night, so you guys definitely want to come for that one. So yeah, thank you, Master Richie, bro. Appreciate it. Happy birthday again. Hey, well, I guess I should have addressed that. I felt bad. I didn't comment on all those posts.
I didn't. No, brother, you are fine. You are fine.
I poked fun at you about it a little bit, but it wasn't that.
Well, the funny thing is, you see, I hate celebrating my birthday. I usually just keep it quiet, and this is all thanks to Mama Rochi and a few other collaborators that kind of blindsided me with all of this. But I do appreciate all the love and fun, and and happy birthday to you, Waylon. I had fun doing your thing.
That's what I'm talking about. You were a few days early. Do you know this?
Well, yeah, initially, because I'm kind of bad at skimming the emails and the chats and stuff and picking up stuff, and I picked up Waylon's birthday. Okay, great. I failed to read the fine print.
It's in that birthday thread. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. At the bottom, it'll tell you who's next, who's coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, okay. It's like I'm early. Laugh at me.
No, I mean, listen, you got a lot. Shoot, you put a nice picture of us out on like 8 groups, man. Like everybody was hitting it up. It was nice, and actually made it feel like it was my birthday for like 4 days.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. I mean, man, it was great. And then you had a happy birthday, and SteveO made us those awesome videos.
Yes, he did.
I was surprised he was the only one, at least May. Well, it happens. But anyway, guys, have a good night. You got anything to shout out there, Matt, before we go? Shout it out, bro.
Peace, love, good vibes. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Waylon, SteveO. I appreciate it, my friends.
It was our pleasure.
SteveO, what do you got?
We got tomorrow night. We got the Indoor Farmer reviews with Waylon the Indoor Farmer at 8:30. Don't make sure you don't miss that. And NOK Network had Peace News and Views at 7 p.m. on Wednesday night. Then We Grow with Waylon on Grow Fam Homestead at 8 o'clock. Don't miss it. See you guys there.
Good night, everybody. Wait. I need to take the comment off.